Hey, hello guys. Welcome to come back. Well, based on my previous plan, I was thinking start from this section. I will introduce the first lesson to you, but I realized before that I should give you a little bit introduction about the second software, Keil software. So in this section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use this software to create a file, and then we're going to use the same software Keil to compile this file into a hex file, and then I will show you how to use the STCISP software to download this hex file into our microcontroller. Okay, so we need to open up the first software, Keil. Alright, once we open up this software, we need to press project and select new project. Alright, we're going to create a new folder for this project. We name it as test project. So this is the folder to store all our project files, and now we need to make a name for this project, so we call it project 1 and press this button here, which is save. After that, you should be able to see a window, something like this. They ask you what kind of microcontroller you are using. So we need to select 8-mil, A89C52, which is slightly different from our actually microcontroller on our experiment board, but however, this one is the one we're going to select, and this one can be used for our all experiment. Okay, we select this one here and select OK. Now it will ask you whether or not you want to copy the standard 8051 startup code to this project folder. So we select yes. Alright, now if we come back to the project workspace and just underneath of the target, you should be able to see the startup file. Now we have finished create a project. The next step is to create a new file. So we click the new file, this button here, and then we will have a new text window or text area here, and now we can start to write our control logic here. But however, at this stage I'm going to just copy our existing project direct into our test project, because well, I just want to show you how to use this software at this stage. So let's assume we have finished the programming. So I'm going to directly copy a file from our previous test. Okay, so I directly will copy a file in our lesson 2, code 2. So as I mentioned before, as you can see here, there are a bunch of files in each project folder, but this one is the one we can read, which is C language based, and also this is the reason why you can say this file has been named as something.c, and this is the file, and this is the other file, which is hex file, and this file is the file the microcontroller can't recognize. So however, we're going to copy this one, select all, copy, and then we're back to our project. Alright, so now we have finished the programming process. So what we're going to do next is save. Press this button here, save, which is save this file. As I mentioned to you before, it has to be a save file, so we'll name this file as test1.save. Always remember it has to be a save file, okay? Otherwise when you compile this file, probably you will come back with some wording or whatever. Excuse me. So it's a save file and save. Now next step is we need to right click the source group to add up this save file into our actual project. I show you again. Right click source group 1 and select add files to group, okay, and then you can select this C language file and press add. Now you should be able to say the test1.c has been selected just underneath of the source project, source group 1. Once we finish that, next step is save. Okay, save again, and then we need to press this button here, rebuild all target files, and you can see some messages just in this window here. So right now it's compiling test1.c, compiling this C language. Okay, now you can say at the end the project 1 has no errors or no warnings, so everything is alright because we directly copied it from our previous test. So far so good. After that, we need to create a hex file. We have sort of finished the compiling. Now we need to click project again and select options for target, this button here. Now we will have other dialog window, and then we need to select output and just make sure we're going to select create a hex file. So we select this one here and press OK. Alright, after that, if we back to the test folder, now we still can't see the hex file here. We can see the save file here, so we have already saved it, but we can't see the hex file here. So that's because we need to save and compile it again. So basically we need to compile it twice. The first time it's compile the before we create the hex file, and after we save the hex file we need to compile it again. So again, project 1 with no errors and no warnings. We're back to the folder again. Right now we can see the hex file here now. Yep. So this is the file we're going to download into our microcontroller. Okay. Now I close up this, and we're going to use stcisp software to download that hex file into our microcontroller. Again, if you still remember, there are 3 steps we have to check before we start the downloading. The first is the microcontroller type is STC90C52RC, and secondly, the minimal baud rate has to be selected as 1200, and thirdly, the comms port has to be selected properly, because I know I didn't change the port, so I know it's still COM4. Alright, after that we need to select the file. So that's the file. Remember, under the test project folder, that's the hex file we're going to select. Now before we start downloading, we just have a look what is currently in this microcontroller. So right now, just a sort of indication from 0 to 6 from the first LED tube to the last LED tube. Okay, we know that's the current existing file in this microcontroller, but right now we're going to download a new one. So we power off this test board, and I believe we have already selected that file, but anyway, so we press this button here, ISP programming, and it will start to connect with the microcontroller, and then ask you please supply target microcontroller power. Now we're back to the board and press the button, and you can say okay, right, so the previous program in this microcontroller has been changed by the new program, which is this one here we just created, and that program is to flash in the first LED diode. Okay, so that's the whole process about how to use this software Keil. Alright, okay, that's this short section, and after this section I think I have introduced you both softwares, the Keil and the STC ISP. Well, if you kind of fully follow the whole procedures, it doesn't matter. You just need to re-watch this short video clip again and try to just follow with each individual step, and I believe you will be creating your own file. Alright, if you have any problem or questions or whatever, you still can give me a call and I will be here to answer all your questions. Now about, so we have introduced hardware, software. I think next session we should start our first hang on. Yeah, before we start our first experiment, I probably will spend other 10 minutes to give you a little bit introduction about our arrangement, because I prepared about 10 lessons here. So in this 10 lessons we will learn different control methods and different components. For instance, here you can say we're going to control LED diodes, LED tube indicator, and obviously this one here, the LCD indicator, and then we're going to know analog to digital conversion and digital to analog conversion, which is those two chips based. And we're also going to do how to use this press button, or I think people normally call it as press button array, and also we're going to know how to use the serial port for the communication purpose. So I reckon in the next section probably will give you a little bit introduction about those 10 sections, and then after that we can start our first lesson. Alright, thanks guys, I will come back soon. See you later.